All right. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining me for the first Coach Nate show. I really appreciate it. Sunday, August 7th, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, thank you so much. It's been a minute since I've been on here last, and I can tell you guys that I'm definitely excited to be on here. I'm definitely excited to interact with you guys one-on-one once again, and definitely excited to, answer your questions and be able to do so in a format where we can do it sort of more, not just answering comments or not just reading something and replying and typing back and answer, actually being able to read it in live time and discuss it and, go back and forth just a little bit. But thank you so much, as always. A lot of changes going on in the channel, if you guys haven't noticed, and thank you so much for the 13 thumbs up. We will be having these podcasts. I think the aim for these podcasts should be at least once a week. For right now, I think once a week is a really good aim. I think either Saturdays or Sundays. Saturdays seem like a good day. It was supposed to be yesterday, but of course, as always, business, work comes up a little bit, and so we just had to reschedule to today. Now, I apologize if my voice is a little bit off, but I have been dealing with a cold throughout the week. But I think we're good to go. So I do apologize for that. Should be better by, I'd say, over the next couple of days. Definitely by our next live chat. So like I said, a lot of different exciting things that are going to be happening on this channel. For one, we have this new podcast, new show, where I want to be answering one-on-one with you guys. And then also talking about a specific topic or subject. Usually, as we usually would do, could be heart health, could be something related to kidney function, liver health. I have a lot of different ideas that I want to dive into. You guys know I'm very passionate about heart health, so of course it's going to be something that we discuss. But I also want to make it a little more interactive, where you guys are asking questions, and then I'm giving my answers as best I can. Using my knowledge over the last 15 years, over the last 10 years specifically dealing with nutrition. So that's probably the main goal for this podcast. Just being able to discuss with you guys, the viewers, and be able to provide value that way. Now, again, the other important things that are happening on this channel, I have a new Twitter. If you want to look at the community chat, or I can maybe put it in here. Take a look at the community chat. There is a link up there, which I will link to you for my new Twitter. If you guys want to join that, you definitely can. But even more exciting, I have launched a Discord community. So a Discord channel that I think you guys would get a lot of value out of. So don't sleep on the Discord. I think the Discord can be of great value to you guys. There's a lot of different topics in there that we can discuss. All right, so there's the Twitter that I just put in chat now. So if you're listening to this later, you should be able to see it in chat now. And then I'll also put the Discord link in chat as well. And again, I wanted to create a community where we can talk a little bit off stream. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. Here, let me just put this Discord in. And then we can just have a positive sort of outlet and a positive community where we're helping each other. Just trying to get this Discord up. If I can't get it, then again, like I said, guys, it's just in the community link. See, that it changes from time to time, but that's okay. Like I said, you guys can see it there. Let me try one more time. Here we go. I think this should work. Sorry about that. So there's the Discord link, guys. So you see my Twitter and my Discord. You should see it in chat right now. And of course, if you're in chat, please say hi. It's been a little while since I've been on, so I would love to hear from you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Again, that's always welcome. And of course, it's been a little while, so we have the mic set up again. I'm going to be having a camera set up where you guys will be able to see me. All of that great stuff. That's all coming down the road. But just let me know that you can hear me out there. All right, that you can actually hear the show. that the mic is sounding good, that the volume levels are good. Please give me some of that feedback if you could. So we have the Twitter and we have the Discord. And the Discord is for, like I said, creating a strong community, a positive community. I only want positivity in there where we're trying to meet our goals together. Like I said way back at the beginning of this year, of 2022, I really wanted to make this year not only the best for myself, but also, related to you guys as well. And so to do that, I want to know what your guys' goals are, so you can write them down, write them in the Discord. That's the best way. I've been emailing back and forth with a few of you, but the Discord is the easiest because it's going to be almost like a conglomerate of all of us, an amalgamation of all of us coming together. We can talk about our goals, how we're going to achieve our goals, and then different things along the way. And the thing is, it's everyone might have different goals, but it's nice to have like-minded people in the same community. So I think creating the Discord is going to be very helpful. Please join if you're interested in that. I think a couple people have joined already, so if you are interested in that Discord, I think that's going to be a great community. I'm going to be active in it. I know other people will be active in it as well because they already have been. A lot of people have asked for that, so the Discord link is up, and I've created the Discord, and everything is set up there. Just so all you have to do now is join. It's free. So no reason for you not to join if you are looking to better your overall health. So Discord, free, ask your questions, lots of different channels in there. You can actually discuss as well. So join that, guys, if you are interested. Now again, the big thing here, and of course we're on it right now, the Coach Nate Show. It's going to grow and grow each week. I think it's going to be a tremendous opportunity to not only get some of my ideas out there, some of the information that I've researched over the years, but I think it's going to be a great thing because I can communicate with you guys much easier over live stream, over this podcast and show. So I'm really looking forward to it, I have to say. And like I said, the date is probably going to be Saturdays. Now today I wanted to keep it simple with the Coach Nate Show. Fit for Life. All right, it's our first one. All right, I was hoping as many of you could come in here as possible. And if you had any health Q&As, so any health questions that you had, I would be more than happy to answer them, at least, like I said, to the best of my abilities. Just a disclaimer at first, I am not a medical doctor, so just keep that with a open mind, that I'm not a medical doctor, so I am not going to give medical advice, but anything having to do with nutrition, diet, fitness especially, then I would be more than happy. And like I said, I've had thousands of clients over the years, happy clients that I've worked with, numerous hours that I've put into this. So not only into my own profession, but into this channel. And I think overall I can be of some assistance to you guys. So that's some of the exciting stuff that we're going to start on this channel. We're going to start getting back into, I won't say daily videos right off the bat. I think we need to get into the habit of putting videos back up. And of course that comes from the support of you guys as well. And I do appreciate it. And thank you so much to the members of the channel. Big shout out to you guys. You know, the YouTube algorithm can be funny sometimes. It can be a blessing and a curse. Do I really care about the algorithm? I'll be honest, not really. I make videos because I want to make videos. I want to put information out there. The YouTube algorithm is probably one of the last things I think about when I put a video up. I just get the pleasure of putting it up, and then I know it's up there, and I know you guys, and potentially later on down the road, because I see comments on old videos all the time. Every time I log into YouTube, I see comments on videos that were put up years ago or months ago. So I know that those are going to be out there, and I know that they're going to be providing value. So yeah, the YouTube algorithm, you'll hear people talk about that from time to time. Is it on my mind? No, it's not. I really don't care about the YouTube algorithm. My goal is to put as much great information out there on this channel as possible. And I hope I've been doing that. From the nice comments you guys have been leaving, especially as of late. I think it's been going great, and I have to thank you guys so much. If you look up every time I check my content, the like to dislike ratio is absolutely incredible. You guys smash the like button, and we're talking about 100% likes, 97% likes, 100% likes each and every video. So I appreciate that, guys. I'm happy that you are enjoying the information. I want to change it up just a little bit, make it more viewer friendly, make it so that there's a little bit more information on each video, and they'll come as we start to put the videos up more and more. But thank you guys, so happy that you guys are enjoying the videos, and I think it's a testament to you guys hitting the thumbs up so much, and I really do appreciate that. Miki, great to have you in here. Thank you so much for coming in. So happy to have you so happy to have you here as well. Thank you so much, Miki. It's great to see you. Thank you so much for joining me for the live one. I think what's going to happen is we'll start to build some momentum back up onto the channel, back up onto these live streams. I know a lot of people probably won't even know today that the live streams are going to be back up, and the podcast is launching today, and that's fine. There's been a little bit of a lull in content on this channel. It's going to take a little bit of time to build back up, and I'm more than willing to invest that time. All right, I'm very interested, like I said, putting out content for you guys. So more than happy to put it up. We're just going to keep building, keep consistent on here, and I think we'll just see more and more people start to funnel back in like Miki has. And Miki, like I said, thank you so much. I'm so glad to see you, and I hope you're staying happy and healthy and everything is going great for you. So that's the goal for this podcast. The other thing is you guys see my face in the thumbnails now, so hopefully it can be a little bit more relatable to you. And like I said, I will have a video up on this podcast very, very shortly. Right now is sort of my busy time for work, so I just wanted to make sure that I got on here in the first place. Right? I can set the camera up whenever I want to, but the first things first, I just wanted to make sure that I got on here, that I was able to talk with you guys. The video can come later on. That's very easy for me to set up. I just need the time to go and actually get the camera. As you guys know, I'm more of a, well, let's just say I'm not the most super technical person, but I can get it done. I just need some time to set that camera up, but there'll definitely be video on here, and that's not a problem. I just need to go and get the camera. So I think it's going to be a great podcast. I think there's going to be a lot of great information. I'm excited to do it. Like I said, there'll be Q&As, so I'll be able to answer your questions, but I'll also be able to talk about certain topics. Like I was mentioning before, whether it be diabetes, whether it be heart disease, whatever it is, whatever the topic may be. And that's why I put the Discord link in there so that you guys can give some feedback. I think that's some of the most important things here is that, I can choose a topic every single week. But if you guys have something on your mind that you want me to talk about or you want me to answer, then go ahead and post in the Discord. More than happy to hear your suggestions on podcast topics and on video topics for that matter. So don't be afraid to join that Discord. I think it's going to be a really, really positive community. I know it's going to be a positive community because I'm going to be moderating it, and I only want positivity in there. I think that's the best way to meet our goals. And the thing is, I want it to be a bunch of individuals who are trying to achieve the same goal, improve your overall health. Maybe if it was weight loss, maybe it's having to do with certain, overall health goals that you have, whether it's improving heart health and everything of that nature, then I can be of some assistance to you. So that's really what the form of this podcast is. Maybe we'll bring on guests as well. I think that's something that I'm looking forward to do also. So it's not going to just be this picture that's up here. I know you see the picture. I know you guys enjoy the picture. and having pictures up and of all this great food and everything like that. But it will not always be like that. It will grow. It will transform. We will have video up on the channel here, up on this podcast. And I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you guys are as well. I know a lot of people like the simple content, but I think having the video up will further allow to personalize this podcast, the Fit for Life podcast, the Coach Nate show. So that's definitely coming. But I think for right now, I think the Discord is one of your best, one of the best things you can do for yourself. Join a community, just like we have the community here on the live streams. Miki, of course, being a part of that, others being a part of that. I know individuals have, joined the channel as a member. Thank you so much to the members out there. Really appreciate you. You know who you are. But then we also have the Discord community. So, of course, thank you so much for the thumbs up, guys. I really do appreciate it. If no one has any questions, then I'm just going to start talking here. And I think maybe to start our discussion, I think we should just talk about overall health goals. I mean, everyone has different goals, but at the end of the day, we are all trying to improve our overall health. And big shout out, once again, I want to give a big shout out to not only those individuals who are joining as members, but also those individuals who are donating through Super Chats. But again, it's great. I appreciate that. But I have the Twitter option. I have the Discord option. Both options are free. Now, let's talk a little bit about our goals, specific goals that you guys are, dealing with this year. That's why I think the Discord is great. That's why I think the streams are great. I can be of most assistance to you if you let me know what your goal is. If I don't know what your goal is, then it's very tough to, give my opinion, to give some value to you guys. So if you can join that, let me know what your goal is, and then we can discuss some of those topics. But when it comes to goals, guys, the first thing has to come first. It has to be realistic. What I tell my clients all the time, a lot of people want to lose, especially through the summer or leading up into the summer. It's going to be weddings. There's going to be other things that are going on. It's beach season and things like that. Yeah, that's great. Is it the best motivator? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not. Weddings seem to be a very big motivator, especially if it's their own wedding. But it has to be realistic at the same time. If the goal isn't realistic, so let's say if you want to drop 30 pounds in 1 month, then I wouldn't say that's probably the best goal for you. Why? Because you're going to be hitting a wall very, very quickly when it comes to hitting your goal. I mean, to lose a pound a day, you have to be in a 3,500 calorie deficit to be able to hit that goal every single day. So just imagine how you're going to feel. Just imagine how many calories you're going to have to burn for that day. You're going to be hitting a wall. Make sure that your goal is realistic. Most of the people that I work with, and I work with one-on-one, and I have a working relationship with, whether it be online, mostly offline, because I do run a business, as you guys know. I run a business dealing with nutrition, with fitness. It's part of my life every single day. One of the biggest things, everyone that I work with, I tell them you have to give yourself time to be able to achieve your goal. It's not a marathon, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's absolutely a marathon. So most of the people that I've worked with, I've had clients that I've been working with for the last 5 years. And it's a continuous process of staying healthy, achieving your goal, maintaining your goal. There's people who I've been working with for 2 years, all right? 5 years, 2 years. Some people, almost a year. Some people, 3 months, all right? And then they achieve their goal, and then I help them and lay out how they can maintain that goal. My goal isn't to sell them for years and years and years. A lot of people, can achieve their goal a little bit quicker, but again, with the goal comes accountability. And that's where someone like me comes in. We can achieve the goal, but can you keep the goal? That's just as hard as achieving it. A lot of people will lose the 15 pounds or the 20 pounds that they want to lose, and we can do that over the course of approximately 3 months. I think that's a very healthy weight loss. I think 8 pounds a month, 8 to 10 pounds is a nice healthy weight loss, something that most people can do and that they can maintain over the course of, 3 or 4 months, maybe with a little bit of a break in between where they're eating at maintenance, right? So they're not constantly or consistently in a deficit over that time. Maybe we have almost like what we would call a refeed week or a little bit of a rest week, because you can't go hard 100%, right? You have to remember who your client is. You know your client. I know after 1 or 2 workouts, I got a pretty good sense of who I'm working with and of what's achievable. So make sure your goal's realistic, guys. I think if you're trying to lose weight or anything like that or improve your health over time, you have to take it day by day. And I know that sounds cliche, but you have to try to make sure that you maximize your results every single day, because it does build up. It absolutely builds up. For weight loss, a lot of people will get discouraged because they want the quick fix. Everyone wants to lose weight as fast as possible, right? But you can't think of it like that, right? You have to make sure that you're taking care of the process. The process is eating healthy. The process is making sure that you're getting your exercise in or movement, whatever you want to call it, 150 minutes per week. All right, guys, that's 2.5 hours of movement. Most of my clients I see 2 to 3 times a week. That's 2 to 3 hours every single week. And usually it's harder workouts, and we talk about nutrition, making sure that's all on point. If they're seeing me 3 times a week, then they're covered. If they see me 2 times a week, then they know they have a little bit more work to do. And 2.5 hours a week, whether that's working out at a gym, whether that's hiking, right now swimming, biking, whatever it is, all right, make sure you don't let yourself off the hook. You can find something that you enjoy, all right, something that gets you moving, something that gets you outside. All right, not only is it good mentally, but it's going to be good physically for your goal. I think mentally, just getting out there and getting in as much natural sunlight is super important. But we have to make sure that we're doing the right things to achieve your goals. So I always talk about process, and you're going to hear me talk about that on this podcast, in this show, very, very often. And the process is just consistency, doing the things that will lead to your successful outcome. So again, you can't have an outcome of, let's say your goal is to lose 50 pounds. You can't have an outcome of losing 50 pounds if you're not taking care of the process, eating healthy, being a little bit more active. Again, you don't have to be working out hours and hours a day, right? You can reduce calories, you can burn a little bit more calories through movement, and you stay consistent with it. That's the process. And if you need help, which a lot of people do, right? And that's not to say that's not a bad thing at all. That's a great thing if you're getting help with it. Okay? A lot of people can't tell me, and we don't really learn this growing up, how many calories are in 1 gram of carbs? How many calories are in 1 gram of fat? What's a good fat? What's a bad fat? What's the difference between a good carbohydrate and a bad carbohydrate? What type of carbohydrate should we be sticking to? Because, zero carbohydrates, a lot of clients are coming to me now and thinking, in order to lose weight, they have to cut out all carbohydrates. And again, keto is very, very popular right now, and there's nothing wrong with keto. If you want to do keto for a couple of months, then by all means, do your keto. Right? But you have to make sure that you plan for it. Would I suggest that you stick to it for, more than 3 to 4 months? Probably not, just because in my experience, I've seen people who have tried keto and then quickly fallen off. Why? Because on keto, if you can't eat a banana or you can't eat an apple, it's very hard to maintain. So you have to make sure that you stick to a diet that works for you. And that can be really any diet as long as you can achieve your goals with it. And I've seen clients achieve their goals with many different diets. So just make sure, I think if you're setting goals for yourself, make sure they're realistic, And then make sure that you're taking care of the process in order to achieve your goal. I think increasing your activity level is a great way to achieve that. Not only are you burning more calories, but you're improving your overall health. Exercise is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself. And that's why I offer online coaching. And I've done online coaching with individuals who are a part of this channel, who are a part of this community, and we've had success together. I think being able to, and again, it doesn't mean that you have to do it for months. You can do a couple sit downs and then set out your goal and then follow your goal and follow your program. I think that's a great thing. It's one of the best things to invest in yourself. So the biggest thing, again, guys, set realistic goals, make sure you're sticking to the process, and if you need help, reach out and invest in yourself, or at least maximize your time so you can maximize your results. Well, you can learn from someone else, someone who's a professional, someone who works in this industry. You can learn more from them in a 1-hour sit down than you can learn over the course of 6 months or a year. So if you can maximize your time, you can achieve your goals quicker. And that's their goal, all right? And that's their job. So it doesn't have to just be myself. You could do it with anyone, all right? Anyone who knows or works in this industry and can help keep you accountable. Because the next biggest thing when it comes to achieving your goal is you have to be consistent. If you aren't consistent, then it's impossible. It'll be impossible or next to impossible to achieve your overall goal. For weight loss, right, you can stick with it and you can have the best diet, you can have the best fitness routine, you can be super motivated for 2 to 3 weeks, but if you're not staying consistent after that and then you fall off the diet, then you're not probably going to achieve your goal. And that's what happens with a lot of New Year's resolutioners. You see it all the time. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You see people who start out the gate super motivated, doing all the right things, but then slowly start to fade, and then come February, then their gym or their goals and everything like that just seem to go out the window. And it's for a lot of reasons. One, it's not setting realistic goals. One, it's not knowing the process or sticking to the process. And then three, it's not being consistent. Of course, if you're only sticking to it for a month or even just a little less than a month, consistency is right out the window. We're not talking about 1 month, 2 months, a few months. We're talking about something that you can maintain for the rest of your life. If you want to improve your overall health, then you have to be able to do it for the rest of your life, guys. And that's just the way it is. And again, does it have to be big dramatic changes? Absolutely not. I think something else that's important to talk about is that we have to make sure that, when it comes to making changes in your life, right? Small steps, all right, can lead to big changes. I brought it up on stream before, just making 1% changes a day, so almost micro changes, to whether that be diet, whether that be fitness, whether that be learning something new every single day, whether that be journaling your food. All right, I think that's very, very important. I think that's strong. Journaling your food intake so you know what's going into your body and you can see results and track it from there. Doing that and adding that on a day-to-day basis can lead to tremendous results over the course of time. I've mentioned on here before that if I forget the exact percentage, but if you're making a 1% change every single day, I believe it's either 33 or 36 times, you're going to be 33 or 36 times better off over the course of that year. Let me just look it up because I find it very fascinating. So I was close. 37 times better by the end of a year. So 1% better each day for 1 year, you will end up 37 times better by the time that year passes by. So you see the compounding there. Just small changes every single day, being consistent. By the end of the year, you're going to be so much better off than you were at the start of the year. And I think that's great for setting your goals. And the great thing is you're not making these huge, tremendous life changes, whether it comes to fitness, diet, nutrition, whether it comes to, getting to the gym, anything like that. It's small incremental changes on a day-by-day basis, and that's where the consistency comes in, guys. So again, the biggest thing that I always see when it comes to working with clients is they want everything tomorrow. And that's fine, because those people are dedicated. They're in, the action phase, what we call it, the action phase. You have your pre-contemplation phase, you have your contemplation phase, and then you have your action phase. The phase before pre-contemplation is just nothing. You're not thinking about making any changes. You want to stick to your normal life, what you're doing on a day-by-day basis as is. So you're not improving. But pre-contemplation, you're starting to think about making changes. All right, maybe you hear something from your doctor. Maybe you need to lose weight. Maybe a health issue comes up, or you're starting to notice that you're slowing down just a little bit, or maybe more pain, whatever it is. It might start creeping into your head a little bit. Okay, maybe I should start to make some changes, right? Contemplation is now, all right, you're ready to make some changes. Now you're really starting to take some steps to begin the health process. So maybe you join a gym, or maybe you start doing a little bit of research on diet. Maybe you look at what some healthy fats are. All right, action phase is you start going to the gym, or you start getting 150 minutes in per week. Right? You start your diet. And again, diet doesn't have to just be weight loss. Diet, when I say diet, a lot of people get confused. They think that I'm talking about you have to stay in a calorie deficit. But again, diet just means the foods that you're eating on a day-to-day basis. So you've changed your diet. You've improved your diet, and now you're sticking to it on that day-to-day basis. All right? So action phase is huge, and you have to get to the action phase, or else you're just not going to be motivated. If you're not motivated as well, and motivation might not be the right word, right? Because motivation comes and goes, right, guys? You could be feeling motivated one day, all right, and a week later, or even the next day, that motivation can leave, right? It's almost like a mindset change that you have to make, all right? You have your goal, you're sticking to your goal, and you're going to achieve your goal. I think it's one of the most important things that you can do. A lot of people will push it off, by a week, or, in 2 weeks, once, things slow down, then I will start making these changes. I can tell you guys that looking at, not only the literature with research and things like that, but working with hundreds of clients, it's individuals that continue to push things off, by a day or by a week or a month, whatever it is. Those are the individuals that are probably going to have a little less success than those individuals who are ready to make the change, and they start making the change immediately. That day, that hour, as soon as they're ready to make the change, they attack it and they accomplish it. They begin to accomplish it. They start the process. Those are the individuals that are going to have the most success. They don't let themselves off the hook. And I think that's going to be big as we start to talk on this show and this podcast is don't wait, start now. All right? There's not a should go to the gym, might go to the gym, don't go to the gym. All right? That's usually how it works. If it's, I should go to the gym, maybe I'll start going next week, you probably won't go. All right? Or if it's, I should probably change my diet, I could change my diet, and then don't change your diet. I think you need to attack. I think you need to know what your goal is. I think you need an action plan set up. All right? And then from there, you start the process, and you start it immediately if you can. That's just the best way to do it, and it's the best way to accomplish your goals. I think waiting and pushing off is only going to delay And only probably at the end of the week, whatever it is, if you push it off, you're probably going to keep pushing it off, and then the goal just is out the window. Unfortunately, just see it so many times, guys. Maybe you can relate. If not, leave in chat here. Miki has chatted. It's great to have Miki in here. Thank you so much. But let me know how you guys feel about that. Let me know what your goals are, and then that way we can talk about it. But I think setting goals and journaling your goals and journaling what you're accomplishing, all right, is a great thing, because a lot of people will put stress on themselves. They celebrate, let's say it's weight loss, because a lot of the times when I deal with clients, it's going to be weight loss, it's going to be body composition changes, so putting on maybe a little bit of muscle, losing body fat. They celebrate the weight loss, they celebrate the putting on a little bit of muscle, but they never celebrate the process. They never celebrate the accomplishment of actually going to the gym, of actually changing their diet and using their action phase. Well, you need to celebrate that as well, guys. I know a lot of people will get that good feeling after going to the gym, that sense of accomplishment, but that goes very, very quickly. Let's put it like this. If they accomplish the goal of going to the gym or eating healthy for the day, that's going to go right out the window. That's going to end as soon as they step on the scale. Because if they don't see a change in the number on the scale, then they see all that hard work that was all for naught. That means nothing to them. Where that's just a complete wrong mindset. I'm going to be very, very honest. I believe truly, in my opinion, that is the complete opposite of the way that you should be thinking. If that's how you're thinking and you're that hard on yourself, then you need to reevaluate your goal and how you're going to achieve your goal. Because yes, the numbers, all right, are very important. Of course, you want some objectivity, but unless you're going to the gym and unless you're changing your diet, all right, you're not going to see the changes anyway. Plus, yes, the weight is important. The number on the scale is important, but you could be making body composition changes at the same time. What do I mean by that? You might be losing body fat. You might be putting on a little bit of muscle, right? Let's not forget about the heart health benefits, the brain health benefits, other bodily organs that are going to be benefiting from that, all right? Your reaction to insulin. All of those things are improving at the same time. It's not just one number on the scale. There's so many benefits to working out or to eating healthy. All right, or doing both. All right, we know that doing that is going to 5x your health, 4x your health. All right, there's studies that are out there. If you're eating healthy, getting good sleep, I think that's really underrated too. I've been talking on my Twitter about how important sleep is. I think good nutrition starts with sleep. From everything that I've read, I'm a true believer on being able to get enough sleep during the night. 7 to 9 hours, I think, is vital, all right, especially if you want to improve your overall health. But good nutrition starts with sleep. I think that's something important that you guys should remember. But again, be careful with the mindset and how you're thinking and what you celebrate. All right, because a lot of people will celebrate the number on the scale. They won't celebrate the changes that they make. If they don't see a change in the number on the scale or, other changes, they don't think they look good in the mirror, which a lot of people have. I'll be honest, all right? A lot of my clients have that. They'll work out, they'll eat healthy. They think that they're not seeing changes, right? Because, they're not dropping weight or they're not dropping weight fast enough, to their goal, right? But we have to do it in a healthy way, all right? 1 to 2 pounds a week, right, is much different than a lot of people come in and think that they should be losing like 5, 6, 7 pounds a week. Just too fast. All right, it's just too fast. And if they're getting all their workouts in, they're eating healthy, and they don't see that, then they think that they're failing, when it's the exact opposite. You are being successful, right? You're showing up for your workouts. You're showing up and eating the meals that are healthy for you. Again, yes, working out is super important, but with all the videos, the thousands of videos that I've done, how important having a good diet is for your overall health. Of course, getting the right amounts of nutrition, a nice breakdown of healthy fats, healthy proteins, good carbohydrate sources, healthy fruit, lots of vegetables. If you're doing that, you're setting yourself up not only to achieve your goal, again, it could be weight loss, but you're achieving the overall goal of having a healthier life, having a more active life, being more healthy. We know that working out and eating right can have tremendous effects, positive effects on those things. And I think that should be the goal. If you're working out and you're not happy, or you're eating a diet and you're not happy, then what is the point? What's the point? You need to find something that makes you happy and that you enjoy and that you can sustain over time. Right? If you don't like swimming, all right, you can do something else. Do another activity. All right? If you don't like running, then why run? You can choose something else. Right? You don't have to make it so that you're putting yourself through things that you don't enjoy. Now, there's people out there that are going to say, well, the goal, all right, it's going to make you tougher or stronger by doing something that you don't enjoy. Well, that's not for everyone. Do I agree with some of that? Absolutely. Of course I do. I think taking a little bit of a message from different individuals, I think you have to, take some of the stuff that, that they're saying. All right. Is everything right? Probably not. Not for everyone. All right. Not everything is going to work or correlate to, everyone accomplishing their goals. But I think you can take a little bit from even that mindset. But at the end of the day, it comes down to whether you're achieving your goals or not. Everyone's goals are different. That work hard mentality or go to the gym mentality and being a gym rat mentality, that's fine for some people, but not everyone is going to enjoy that. And not everyone has that goal. All right. Some people are dealing with thyroid issues. Some people are dealing with high blood pressure. Right? Do you have to go to the gym every day to, or maybe high blood sugar levels? Do you have to go to the gym every single day to make changes to that, to diabetes? Well, no, you don't have to. All right, you can do it in other ways. We know diet plays a huge role in reversing prediabetes and diabetes. We know that getting that 150 minutes of movement every single week can make a huge change in reversing both of those. So it's not a have to go to the gym, have to be super intense all of the time. All right? I see that being so popular out there, but it just does not fit everyone's lifestyle and it doesn't fit everyone's goals. And when we adopt that mindset, then that's when you start to get discouraged. We think that we're falling off. All right? Trust me, if you are going to the gym or if you are getting 150 minutes in per week while eating a nice, healthy, well-balanced diet, you are doing more for yourself than probably 80, maybe 90% of the population right now. Why do I say that? Because I've given the obesity numbers on multiple podcasts. I think in the United States and even now we're starting to see it in Canada, in Europe, through the entirety of Europe, that about 2/3 of individuals are considered overweight or obese. It's a phenomenon that's going on all over the world. So if you are doing that for yourself, I think 90%, I like the 90-10 rule. Sometimes it can be the 85-15 rule, where if you're taking care of yourself and eating healthy and working out and you're doing a great job 90% of the time, enjoy your life 10% of the time. That can be, having a meal where you're out with friends. You have to do that stuff. If you don't do that, then again, you'll probably not achieve your goal. You have to be able to live your life a little bit. This go hard 100% of the time mentality. Is some of it good? Yeah, some of it's good. Again, like I said, you can take things away that are going to help you be successful, but will it work for everyone? Probably not. Right? Most likely not. And is it everyone's goal? Definitely not. 100%. Everyone has their own goals, and that's why, that's why I offer my coaching on here, because everyone has different goals. Everyone has different things that they want to achieve. And that's why when I work with clients yesterday, I worked with 9, all right, and a lot of the goals were different. Kevin, thank you so much for joining the chat. Appreciate you in here. Thank you for your safety guidelines. Well, my pleasure, Kevin. Thank you for coming in here along with Miki. I appreciate both of you. Thank you so much for joining me on this first show, launching it today. It's great to have you in here. So just be careful with setting up your goals, guys. Again, I don't want to say be easy on yourself, okay? But at the beginning, all right, just keep in mind that it's going to be tough. It's not easy. If it was easy, you would have done it a year ago or a month ago, whatever it is. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But you can make a change if you're making those small incremental lifestyle changes. And lifestyle can be diet, nutrition, working out a little bit more, so being more active, getting more sleep. Those are all things that have to do with your overall health. Not running yourself into the ground every single day for hours at a time. Okay? And a lot of people think you have to do that to find out something about yourself. Well, a lot of the times you can find out something about yourself by staying consistent with your diet. By staying consistent, working out 3 times a week. You know, getting your 150 minutes in. You can learn something about yourself in that amount of time. And you don't do it for other people. That's my next big point. You don't want to do it for other people. You have to do it for yourself. If you're doing it for other people, then your motivation is going to wane very, very quickly, guys. All right? Again, a lot of people, I know some individuals, again, this isn't TikTok, so it's not the super young crowd, and that is okay. Most of my clients aren't in the super young crowd, in the TikTok crowd, in the, crowd that is, looking to make these bodybuilding changes and things like that. This is a community where it's overall health, and that's the community that I want to promote. Being healthy overall, whether that's if you're dealing with some sort of health issue, if it's losing weight, if it's starting your fitness journey, in whichever way that is, that's the lifestyle that I want to promote on this podcast, on this show. All right. I hate to use my name in third person, but that's what Coach Nate and the Coach Nate Show is all about, is making lifestyle changes over time. We see so many things where it's in the news now where people are making drastic changes and it's negatively affecting their life. Very much so negatively affecting themselves in the worst way. Right? Not only mentally, but physically, both of them. I think mentally you have to make sure that you're keeping that in mind. No pun intended. How are you feeling mentally day by day? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling good? Is your mood good? I think a lot of the times when it comes to our overall health, we overlook that. And again, that's why I shouldn't say hate, but I have a big disdain for people basing their success solely on a number on the scale. It goes way beyond that, guys. I can definitely tell you that. If you're seeing numbers change on the scale, maybe if you're not seeing them fast enough, maybe you're seeing them fast enough. But if you're not enjoying doing it and you're not happy, then you're taking steps backwards. And you're probably going to see temporary gains. So you're going to see temporary losses, but those losses probably aren't there to stay, guys. If you're not happy doing it, then why would you continue? Most people don't. 99% of people will not continue. So we have to make sure that it's realistic, and we have to make sure that we come into it with the right mindset, guys. The right mindset is super important. And again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to answer. It's great having everyone in here. I appreciate you all. I hope you're enjoying my little discussion on goals, just sort of my own philosophies on being healthy. Again, there's a lot of things out there. There's so much information. It's very, very tough. It's challenging for people to find, or even, answer the question, what's the best out there? Well, there is no best for every single person. Every single person is different. You have to find out what works best for you. And once you know that, then you can start attacking your goals. Then you can start achieving your goals, and you can do it in a way that's healthy, and you can do it in a way that you can sustain it. Those are the two biggest things. And sustain it, it just comes back to consistency. You stay consistent with it, and then you achieve your goals. I think that's really the biggest thing, guys. That's one thing that I want you to take away from this, if I can. And I'm not trying to come off as preachy or anything like that. I'm trying just to give you a couple ideas, put maybe a few things in your head on how you can achieve your goals and live a healthier life. I think at the end of the day, your goals are super important, and as we're achieving our goals, we're living the healthiest life possible. If you're doing that, then you're, like I said, you're doing things that probably 95% of the population aren't doing. Last thing, when it comes to goals, guys, like I said, you have to do it for yourself. You have to have that intrinsic motivation to do it. I think that's the best way. If you're doing it for other reasons, a lot of the times the motivation will fade. Again, for weddings and stuff like that, that's a huge motivating factor for people. But once the wedding is done, are you going to have that motivation still? A lot of the times, no, it doesn't happen, right? So there's really no, when I set up consultations with people have different reasons and different goals, and why those reasons are, and what their motivation factor is for that, and how high their motivation is. Is there a good and bad goal? I would say no, because you can start off, whatever gets you started is probably the best thing for you to do, because once you get started and once we start working, then the motivation can change, or at least the reason why you're working out can change. The important thing is that you start. It's all about the starting process, guys. Moving from the contemplation stage to the action stage. And if you can get to the action stage where you're actually following the process of getting healthier and meeting your goals, then I think you're doing a great job. Then I think that's something to be celebrated. Celebrate the process. Enjoy the process. I know, again, that's cliche. You hear people say, enjoy the journey. Well, at the end of the day, I think you kind of need to. If you're not enjoying the journey, then your journey is probably going to end before you get to that finish line. So you have to enjoy it in some sense. Again, people who don't enjoy it, I've just seen so often. I've told these stories before, but people that I work with, whether it's 6 months, a year, maybe 3 months, there's people who I've worked with for 5 years, right? Once we start working out, and this isn't just me, this is really probably for anyone that works in this industry, so I'm not saying I'm the best and, they only go to the gym or only follow their diet because of me. But I've told you guys before, people who are going to the gym and we get some momentum building and it's really exciting. We did a great job over the course of 3 to 4 months. They're very, very motivated to get to the gym. They're getting to their gym 2 to 3 times a week. They're getting their workouts in, following their diet. I always tell them 2 weeks probably before they end, or before, because as a personal trainer, at least for me, the job isn't to keep them coming back if, that's not something that they can do. All right. They know once they're ready, or if they feel like they're ready to take over the accountability, or they start to understand the diet and they know what works for them, then of course you can let them go out and try to achieve it themselves. But 2 to 3 weeks out, I always tell them this is the time where you really need to dial in, because once we stop seeing each other for the workouts, for your nutrition, and have someone following up and looking over your nutrition, right? If we're not keeping this momentum right now, when we end, it's going to be very, very hard for you to continue, to keep the process going. And I've seen it a bunch of different times when I used to work at nutrition places or used to work at fitness places. This was a while ago. All right, now I work on my own. I have my own business where I do consultations and I help people with their overall health. So this was some time ago. And no word of a lie, individuals, I could see the swipe cards. I knew when they were coming into the gym. So I could see when they were swiping in, and I would always follow up to make sure, because I would not see them anymore. I knew what time they would come into the gym, but I wouldn't see them in the gym anymore. So sometimes I would check in just to make sure that they were still going, because once they're my client, it's almost like you have this relationship with them where you want to see them do good. You want to see them continue and to keep striving for their overall health. But unfortunately, over 95%, 99% of the time, when I check those logs, they are not going to the gym. It falls off dramatically once they lose that accountability, guys. It just happens all the time. It can happen for a number of different reasons. Maybe they go once, maybe twice, but then we never see them again because the accountability isn't there. Maybe they weren't enjoying the process. Maybe they were enjoying the process, but bad habits started to form again. And bad habits can form so fast. They can happen in a day. We can't take them very lightly, guys. You have one bad day and then it compounds into the next day, and then it follows you into the weekend. And then before you know it, you just had 2 weeks of bad habits, and then that process is totally gone and the motivation is totally gone. It's very, very interesting, the psyche that goes into achieving your overall health. Sometimes we let ourselves off the hook. And that's something that I don't want for you guys here. I want you guys to continue with your health journey. Continue it along with me. Continue it with this podcast, with this show. Like I said, I've created a Discord. The link is in the channel. I want a positive community there where we're all achieving our goals together. I think if we can do that, we give ourselves time for success. We give ourselves the better chance of improving our overall health over time without stopping and without taking steps backwards. Of course, there's going to be some steps backwards. It's not a consistent, 100% march forward. You're always going to have steps back. That's just life. But it's overcoming them, getting back into your process, and then continuing on with your fitness journey. I mean, again, I started out with we have to be realistic. I always tell people you're going to have some good days, some bad days. All right? But we need to make sure that we're having more good days than bad days. And we would like I said, the 90-10 rule. 90% of your time you're on target. 10% you might need to go out, enjoy some time with friends, enjoy a meal. Maybe you have a rest day. Rest days are fine, but next day you get back into whatever fitness it is. If it's the gym, I mentioned the gym just because I'm in the gym a lot, but you get back in the water for your swimming. You get back on your bike if you're going to be biking. You get back on the trails if you're going to be hiking. Whatever it is, whatever your movement is of choice, you get back to doing it if you have that day off. Don't let yourself off the hook, guys. I think that's some of the most important things. I know I'm missing a few. If you have any questions on that, then again, feel free to ask, guys. This is your time to ask. That's what this podcast is all about. What I want to do next time for the podcast is have a specific topic. And again, just because there's a specific topic doesn't mean that you can't ask questions. I think that's going to be one of the big thing and one of the driving factors of this podcast is answering your guys' questions and, giving as much value as I can in my answers. That's why I set up the Discord. You can ask questions in there, and then they can be topics that are brought up on this podcast. But it will be laid out. I would like to lay out a specific topic that we discuss. I think one that is going to be affecting a lot of people, whether it's weight loss, heart health, maybe, it could be a number of different things. Improving, liver function, diabetes, things of that nature. I've done a ton of research in there. I'm currently working with clients dealing with those issues. pain management, so if you're having pain in certain areas and inflammation in the body, how to reduce that, having those types of discussions and dealing with those types of topics. So that's what, you can expect from this podcast, guys. Lots of value, all right? And like I've preached this entire time, consistency. There will definitely be consistency on this podcast. This is episode 1. And again, episode 2 will be next week. And, I know people are going to start funneling back in. It's going to take a little bit of time for people to start seeing the podcast out there, for people to start seeing that it's going to be on each and every weekend to start. It might go back to 2 times a week. We'll have to see. But for now, again, we're going to make sure that we're being consistent with this podcast. Again, big shout out to the individuals who have joined the Discord already. It's a free service. It's a free service where you can ask questions and you can meet like-minded people. So I love having that Discord out there. My Twitter is also in the chat. So if you want to add me there, you can ask some questions, bring some topics up. Would love to hear it. Big shout out to the members of the channel, the people who have clicked the join button and become Fit Team members. And also big shout out to individuals who have donated through super chats. That's another way that you can have your question answered. That way I see it immediately. Again, do you have to do that? Absolutely not, but that is one way to support the channel. The 2 ways are joining through the member function and through your super chats. And there's also a thanks button in there. That's a little bit, I don't know how that works, but that is also another option. So just a big thank you to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this first podcast. Thank you for putting up with my voice. I've been dealing with a little bit of, I don't know if it's a cold. I think it's allergies. I shouldn't say a cold. Allergies have been hitting me really hard since the long weekend, but we're starting to fade now. We are starting to feel better. So I think next week the voice will be in prime shape. We'll be good to go. Thank you so much for all the thumbs up. And again, big shout out to my members. Big shout out to the super chatters as well. Like I said, one of the perks, tons of perks to those members, getting the free ebooks, getting the free plans, being able to discuss in our Discord. There's our own section in the Discord for our members and for individuals who super chat on the channel. And then we can have our one-on-one discussions, not only by the typing option or typing back and forth, but also discussing, being able to communicate and actually have a one-on-one discussion. It's always interesting when people bring up one-on-one coaching with me. They think it's a typing back and forth, which is the furthest thing from the truth. It's a discussion. 1 hour usually goes over an hour, guys. I'll be honest. And I am on camera. All right, so we're both on camera, and it's a sit-down discussion. So big shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on in today. Miki, Kevin, thank you so much for stopping by and commenting in here. I know others have been in here. Thank you so much. To all the people who are listening to this later, I hope you got some good value out of this discussion, and individuals who are here, I hope you got some great value out of the discussion today. Again, be on the lookout for our next show. I will make sure that I give you guys lots of time and a big heads up before our next show and what the topic is going to be. That way you can come in. If you do have questions, you can feel free to answer that question. I'm more than happy to answer it, guys. So thank you so much. We've launched the Coach Nate Show, Fit for Life. Thank you so much for joining me. Be on the lookout for our next show, which will be next weekend, probably Saturday. It might be Sunday. I'll see how work is going, but either Saturday or Sunday around the same time. I know that this time might not work best for everyone, but this is the time that we're going to be sticking to, at least for right now. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you, and I will see you and talk to you next episode. Fit for Life episode number 2. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Look out for more videos. They're going to be coming. All right. And again, like I said, I will talk to you next week, guys. Have a great